Good afternoon, curling fans from Hamilton and around the world. Welcome to TSL's coverage of the Ontario Senior Men's and Women's Championships, coming to you live from the Glendale Golf and Country Club in Hamilton. My name is Barb Williamson, and I'm joined by Laurie Eddy, former Ontario Scotties champ, and also national Scotties silver medalist. Welcome, Laurie.
Well, it is our third game of the day, Barb, so I'll forgive you on that one.
Sorry.
So great to be joining you again. This is the third game of the senior men's round robin. So this game will be the men's second game for the day. They'll both want to win before having the night off. So our feature game is Brian Cochrane from the Russell Curling Club playing against Al Hutchinson from the Paisley Curling Club. So the record for Cochrane is 2-0, playing against Hutchinson, who is at 1-1.
Okay, we're underway here. Right here. And the draw to the button results had the Team Cochrane drawing to the back forefoot, and Team Hutchinson followed that up with a beautiful draw just biting the button. So that earned them last rock advantage here in the first end. And so play is underway here, and looks like they're going to mix it up right out of the gate, Laurie.
Yes, because it's the third game of the round robin, I think they're starting to feel comfortable with the conditions. So this doesn't surprise me at all.
So we've been on sheet E here for the duration of this event so far, and this is actually the second game that Team Hutchinson have playing on this sheet. So it's they have I'm going to say a small advantage here because it is quite a swingy sheet. I'm not really sure if the other surfaces are doing the same amount of curl, but this one has some very, very swingy spots.
Yeah, so let's hope that Al Hutchinson's team has a better start to their game today versus our feature game yesterday. They had a bit of an incident in the first end with one of their players, Don Shane, slipping and actually breaking his wrist.
That was so unfortunate, and so it happened so fast.
Yeah, so we saw him earlier today, and he's all casted up and everything.
I spoke with him, and he said it's still painful, and he's expected to have the cast on for 6 weeks, which will impact his ability to go to the Masters Nationals.
So unfortunate, the timing of that accident. So some great shot making here. Great hit and roll by Team Hutchinson.
So you'll hear the little whistle here on this sheet, and Brian Cochrane has permission from the OCA to use this whistle to call on his and off his sweepers because of a condition that he has in his throat. So he's really unable to yell like the rest of the skips do. He's actually quite a soft-spoken person if you speak to him, and so he has this special permission to use this whistle, and you'll hear the short whistle, the bursts of whistle, and that's a cue to his sweepers to go on and off the sweeping.
So if he blows the whistle once, it's to sweep, and then if he blows the whistle a second time, it's to stop?
Right. So they're to keep sweeping until he blows it again.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a great idea that they could adapt to his condition and make the sport inclusive for him.
Oh, and he's an awesome curler, and actually even went to the Briar and had to get permission even from the CCA for that very, to be able to do that very same thing, because it could be perceived as an unfair advantage because he's whistling while everybody else has to yell over everybody else.
Right.
So I think I love it that they found a way to make that
absolutely
work for him.
And really, the sport should be trying to promote that inclusivity. I'm a big advocate for that. I'm sure if he could yell, he would.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure he'd rather not have the whistle.
Mm-hmm. So Cochrane's team going to try the double here. In a bit of trouble.
Important game for Team Cochrane. They're 2-0 and sitting at the top of the standings. And the Hutchinson team are 1-1, so also a big game for them.
Sure
in a 7-game round robin, I guess it's safe to say every game is really important.
I think you got to talk to Morgan, Ian. I didn't tell him not to.
So our other games that we'll be keeping an eye on, Sheet C has Team Lewis, who is 2-0, playing against Team Nye, who is 0-2. And on Sheet D, we have Team Armstrong, who are 1-1, playing against LaBelle, who is 0-2. And on Sheet F, we have Team Riella versus Team Daniel. Team Riella are 2-0, and Team Daniel are 0-2. So we will keep an eye on those and update you as well.
So the situation, I think they're getting a little tricked here. I was mentioning, the amount of curl on this sheet, and Team Cochrane got caught in it there on Morgan's first rock, or Morgan's second rock rather, and he underthrew it a little bit and it really grabbed the curl. So, I hear them talking about making sure they reinforce the weight that the skip is asking for.
Yeah, so Team Cochrane would love to freeze one right down onto that.
It looks pretty good. They needed to grab the curl here now.
Not great if it bounces off.
I think his weight was close, but they just didn't have the line on that.
The difference was he had weight all there on its own. So it just didn't have the opportunity to catch the curl. Just a little bit heavy.
That there. Probably there. They might have the double then. Yeah?
Who do you think shot rock is, Barb?
I think I heard Hutchinson say it's them.
Yeah?
He could just loop another one around.
Yeah, I don't know that he wants to really be too fussed playing behind the tee line here.
Yeah, I mean, he could potentially set up a pocket or set up a double to let Cochrane off the hook.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, whoa, whoa. Whoa, no, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. No, peaks a little bit. Right on the corner. Okay.
It's a good shot, but it leaves now the opportunity for Brian to make a quiet little in off here, and still have lots of nice backing. They're behind. Both of those red stones are behind the tee line.
Yeah, I think the call was just to tap it and flip under.
This one's staying way out there too.
Yeah, this one isn't picking up the curl at all. Maybe just a bit heavy.
Oh, he's scratching his head here.
I think he was a bit perplexed on that outcome.
I think you're right, though. It was just straight heavy. I mean, he made contact with both of those red stones. And
so great opportunity here for Team Hutchinson. That rock is moving up higher in the rings. So if he could get a little flip, it would be really good.
Hard, 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 hard.
This is really curling.
Hard, hard, hard.
Well, he sits 3, but he's not going to be overly happy with that result.
It seems that both teams are getting, one team is, their rocks are under curling here, and the other team, their rocks are picking up the curl, too much curl.
Not as heavy as what I threw the draw the first end, eh? Okay. I like that ice. I mean, I can come inside. I no sense to be.
It seems like the Hutchinson team got more curl with their little takeout than the Cochrane team got with their draw.
Well, with this type of ice, it is pretty relief sensitive. So it could be just that the third off of Cochrane's team might have just had a bit more rotation.
I don't have to throw it as hard as I threw my draws in the first end the last game.
It's a lot like what we've been seeing on first end away.
So a really nice chance here for Brian Cochrane to snuggle one right in there.
It looks like he's taking about the same ice that he gave Ian, so maybe we're seeing something in Ian's delivery that...
Whoa!
Definitely this one has a bit better line.
Whoa!
So the other thing that Brian has are broom signals when he's throwing.
That's a great shot.
Because he's not allowed to whistle when he's throwing. So he uses his broom and he wiggles his broom to indicate to Ian that whether or not he thinks it should be swept or not.
Yeah, it's quicker.
And sometimes you'll see him just waving that broom madly.
It's all normal. Yep.
So this shot has been there for the whole end, this run back.
Normal. Yeah, just almost to nose. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So big shot here, trying the double run.
Look at how much that curled. And that's not news to us. We've seen that over and over and over on this sheet in that spot.
Yeah, it doesn't make it, but opens it up anyway.
Even say right here.
That's not bad. I think they all, if you stay there, I think they all go in. They
No, if you hit this right there,
Yeah,
this jams on this.
it might. They might all go.
Interesting here that they're looking at.
Okay, I'm good. I think just here.
I'm surprised that they're playing in the back of the rings. I thought.
Well,
maybe
there's a lot of red rocks
yeah.
hanging around, and I think that double, if he makes the double on the middle too, he'll lose the back red, but I think it could be potentially for 3. So he's just going to eliminate right now.
Yeah.
Recognizing that he doesn't want to give up a big end to start the game.
Board up. Close. Whoa.
Now this is a spot that's a little closer, sorry, a little straighter. And he's just barely on it now.
Yeah, definitely threw a little extra weight on that. It's not going to stick around.
I would think it's safe to say that's a little more than board.
Yeah, so good opportunity for a multiple score here for Al
Yeah,
Hutchinson.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
So he should have a good idea of this spot, playing on this sheet yesterday in our feature game.
Hard. Right out, Daryl. Come on.
Oh, got a little unlucky with that. Just hit it a bit too thick, I think.
Yeah, I think it actually over curled on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needed to hit a little higher, eh?
Or a bit more weight.
That too, yeah.
So with that, he scores 1. So the score after 1 end is Hutchinson 1 over Team Cochrane. Cochrane will have the hammer going into the second end.
That was
I
a
thought it
good
was, too.
opportunity.
Just didn't go anywhere.
Well, remember they talked about
Curled a
the
lot in
striking
last
bands in the
6
first
feet, come right almost to the nose. But even I thought nose would get
in the
it out.
first couple games that the rocks aren't hitting as crisply as they're expecting. That means you have to hit less of it to get the same action.
Right.
So they'll figure that out as the games go on and realize what the rocks
Tighter
are,
in, Pete.
what they're capable of doing.
Tighter in. Is that 7 rock? 1 rock.
What?
I think I was down a bit for normal.
I don't think so.
I didn't think so either.
I'm thinking like curl, come on, curl. And
So
then
throwing now is the lead for Team Cochrane. His name is Ken Sullivan, and he is from Russell, Ontario.
2 feet in front, I thought you were fine. And just fucking
Yeah, it just come right to the nose.
Oh, fuck. What the fuck is that?
I don't think Brian liked that shot very much. But look at it curl.
Ian, 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 Ian. Just Ian, just Ian, just Ian. Come on, Ian. Come on.
I don't think it was all that bad. So throwing lead rocks for Team Hutchinson is Pete Irwin. Pete is from Ayton, Ontario.
Lots of room, tons of room. Yep, 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 yep. 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 Okay.
So let's
your
see where he
first one
puts
did.
the broom here.
Pretty much the same ice.
'Cause Ken took his own ice on the first shot.
Yeah, so really good opportunity with Pete coming up light on that. Chance for Team Cochrane to sit 2. Buried.
Yep. Hard, boys. Come on, you got it. You got it. You got a piece. You got a piece. Whoa.
Very nice. Well done, Ken.
Some very good sweeping on the Cochrane team. So as we said, with Don Shane being out with an injury, they brought in a spare. His name is Brad Cobean. So this is our first look at him. They finished
Whoa,
the game
whoa,
last
whoa,
night
whoa,
with 3
whoa.
players.
No. No, 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 no. No.
Might take out both of his guards here.
Well, at least it opened up that situation.
Okay.
They won't be too unhappy with that result, actually.
So the second on the Team Cochrane squad is Morgan Curry, and he's actually from Summerside, PEI. He lives in Ottawa now, but
A fellow Maritimer.
there you go.
It's going to overcurl. It's going to overcurl.
So Team Cochrane trying to guard that situation in the house. Little light, so Team Hutchinson should have some access to that with the amount of curl.
Control. Control us, yeah.
So Brad is from Port Elgin.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on.
He's got a nice shot here. Almost had the little hack weight double.
Yeah.
But still pretty good result.
So Brian's going to ignore that rock in the top of the 12-foot, which is sitting right on the center line in actually a pretty ideal spot. And he's going to draw around his corner.
Hurry. Hurry.
Brian thinks he's going to go out and help here, bring this in.
We might have to put a swear jar out on the ice, Barb.
And Morgan's just struggling a little bit.
So this is Daryl Shane. Hometown is Kitchener.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
With a chance to make the hit and sit 3 here.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Really nice roll on that. Great
Well
shot.
done. So now they'll have to deal with this rock on the center line in order to, keep their chances for a deuce alive. But hitting this rock and rolling under cover is not the worst situation. It'll expose the back one and get a rock in the rings for them.
Do we have the pitcher waving off the catcher here?
I don't know. It's he's having a reset for sure.
Okay. This should curl.
Hurry, 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 hard. Hard, hurry hard, hurry hard.
Might have a catcher. Nope, just under it.
Come on, boys. Let's get in it, eh? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was a bit of an unfortunate rollout. So Brian Cochrane not happy. Trying to get his team a little more focused.
Yeah, he's had some words of encouragement there.
Okay. A little tough love.
There you go.
So another great opportunity for Team Hutchinson.
Line's good.
It's going to try
Line's
to
good.
half tuck around this
We'll let her
tight
hook a bit.
guard.
It looks like it's got lots
Just bite
of
the
weight.
floor. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
they
whoa, whoa.
don't
Still
want to
gotta
go
curl.
deep here.
Got to curl. Still got to curl a bit.
Needs to be in front
No,
of
not
the
behind.
tee
Can't be
line.
behind.
That's a bit of a mistake. He won't be happy
Right.
with that one.
Just handing opportunities to each other, back and forth. So Ian will be asked here to draw one in here now. Ian McCauley, the third for the Cochrane team, and he's from Ottawa.
Room! Right here. Whoa!
It's a nice shot.
That's a very nice draw by Ian. Skipper should be a little bit happier with that.
Think I can get it through there?
Well, even if he almost got the nose.
It's not bad.
I think
Back, just here. I was giving you about there.
you throw the trees too if you want.
No, it's not bad, but they blasted. Ours goes, his sticks.
Yeah.
Might bring 3 into play if I can get inside and tap it here.
Yeah.
I was giving you there for the draw. I think I can come into here
Yep. Like that.
with just like back line-ish.
I think it'll go enough to make.
The yellow guard shouldn't be a factor. Thinking back line. Yeah, see if we can get across.
So they're just going to try to tap this right through the hole.
Yeah, he's trying to cross
Like
the
a lot of
face.
ice.
This will be a tricky little shot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he needs to make it that difficult. That's minimum ice for sure for back line.
Just went out a little bit more there.
This curls.
I don't think he has backline weight. I think it's just a bit light.
I'm thinking he would have needed
wait.
the edge of the forefoot for that.
Yeah, bounce it.
Yeah, he's just
He's putting up
super
a
light.
center guard now.
Yeah, he won't be happy with that.
Shaking his head, not happy.
Not happy with that throw.
I think
Even
your-
a
I think your
freeze
ice
would
is-
have been pretty good in that situation. He had a lot
I
of
think your ice is
options.
pretty good, eh? It hung out a long
Short
time.
wasn't one of them.
He freeze to it. Then he freezes to it. I think that's better. Nah, true. True. Okay. Okay. 8 3/4.
They're not taking very much ice. What's he
Ian,
planning on
Ian's saying
throwing?
it's
here?
getting pretty quick here.
He's going to just try to wrap another one right around there. Sit 2 buried.
Out of the ordinary.
Wow.
You're gonna throw
I'm
it
going to
out.
try to get a time
Yeah,
on
we
this
talked
one.
8 3/4. So go right to the forefoot.
He's talking about going right to the corner of his own. I just don't think it's enough ice.
We shall see.
Whoa, looks heavy, looks heavy.
Looks like it's all there. Now he does have really good rotation on this.
Hard,
I'm
hard,
watching
hard,
it come
hard.
down here. That's
Hard.
3 complete so
Go
far.
hard.
15-9.
Go hard, go hard.
This looks really
Whoa,
good.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Might have overcurled a little bit. He is sitting 2, but this does give Al Hutchinson a chance to sit on the face.
Let him go.
Yeah, I think. I got to come out here now.
I'm not really sure he can get to the face. Probably more like the corner.
right light right out of the gate, eh? Or my last one just light right out of the gate, eh?
I actually think that Brian had really great rotation on that. I counted 3 and it hadn't come to a stop yet, so I don't think Al Hutchinson throws that much rotation.
Yeah, he was just saying to his third that he needs to increase his rotation speed. So Al is from Owen Sound.
Yep.
This one's breaking early too.
Yep.
See, it hasn't even made
Yep,
2 rotations
yep,
yet.
gotta go. Gotta go hard.
There's 2.
Yep. Keep it going. Ah. Jeez. That's the one I needed first.
So
Last rock of this end for Brian Cochrane, the skip of this team, and he is from Russell, Ontario as well.
Gotta start popping those a bit more and get a little more rotation on them.
Think the same speed here, Morgan?
I think so, Brian.
So Al's beating himself up a little bit over that missed opportunity.
I'll give you a little more
Gives
handle.
Brian a chance for 3 here.
No.
So interestingly enough, even Brian Cochrane is talking about putting more handle on this. Instead of taking a little more ice, they're talking about putting more handle.
Which surprises me. They could just take a bit more ice as well to make sure.
Whoa. Whoa.
I think he can come to the back one too, though, and get his 3 points.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. That's a huge score.
Yeah, it looks good. So great draw by Brian Cochrane. That's a score of 3-1 after 2 ends of play. Team Hutchinson will have the hammer as they play the 3rd end.
Looks like we have a few updates available too,
That's curling
Lori.
quite a bit there, eh?
Okay,
Fuck, I was going right to there.
let me get on that.
Sideways.
On sheet
I thought
C,
that okay.
we have
I was really curling.
Team Lewis up 1-0 over Team Nye. And on sheet D, we have Team LaBelle up 2-1 over Team Armstrong. And on sheet F, we have Team Riella up 4-0 over Team Daniel.
So just looking across at those results, all 3 of the teams that we have that are undefeated are all leading at this point in their 3rd match as well.
So we might see some separation after today.
They haven't
In the
played each other
standings.
yet. Yeah. So interesting Friday coming up, I bet.
Oh, definitely. Tomorrow will be moving day.
Moving day.
That's good.
Moving
That's
day at the
good.
seniors.
That's good, boys.
So Barb, as they start the 3rd end, I'm curious what the Spiel schedule is like for seniors. Do they play many events?
Well, we're actually quite lucky in our area where, you know, there are a number of events that the seniors can play in the Ottawa area. Not specifically for seniors. More and more, there are senior spiels popping up, senior cash spiels. And there's one at St. George's. There's one in Scarborough. We used to have one in Ottawa, but the timing of it was wrong. So unfortunately, there aren't that many senior-specific events. But these guys are good enough to play in in the local cash spiels and the not so much the. Like these guys, Team Cochrane, Team Lewis, they play in the Gatineau Spiel and in the some of the big cash spiels in Toronto, just to get their legs under them early in the season.
Yeah, I would think with some of the teams where they don't all live together nearby and their teams are spread out, I would think that in order to be competitive, you would have to play in a few events just to work out all the systems.
Yeah, and these 3 teams that we were talking about that are so far leading the standings in this event, they all live in the same city and they all play league play together.
Huge advantage.
Huge play. They can practice together. They have league games together, and they're close by to for events. So makes a huge difference.
Good.
I think so.
Yep.
Well, good. Thanks for letting me know that.
Yep.
And the cash fields, like some of them, the senior ones, they're not huge events, so they fill up really quickly.
Yes.
So and from year to year, it's hard to get in unless somebody comes out.
I don't think
Really?
Yeah. So it's almost to me, there's an indication that there's a demand for them.
Well, yes, for sure. I mean, actually, I was looking at the numbers for the teams into the ladies qualifiers, and there was more senior ladies entered than for our Scotties qualifiers, which shows the demographic, which direction it's shifting.
Yep. In our qualifier in last season, in the A qualifier, there were 17 teams.
Wow.
And just in one qualifier.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and that was this season. This season they changed the rule and they limited it to 12. So the first 12 got in, and then if you wanted to go in that qualifier and it was full, you had to pick another one.
Oh my goodness.
So I think this year there was, actually it was a bit low this year in ours. There was only 7. I think it was because of the location.
Right.
But in the others there were, 12, and it's as we were saying earlier in some of our previous games, it's becoming, everybody's aging into the senior events, and they're still curling, so which is really great.
It is great.
So the competition is quite stiff, and
Line's good.
and as you go on, and as these teams keep entering into the event, you see all your former Scotties women's teams and your really good competitive men's teams are now moving up to seniors, and it's harder and harder to get out of the event. You see Alison Goring in it for the first time this year.
I know. Yes, some of my former teammates are here, so it's great. So Team Hutchinson a little heavy with that last draw, so this gives Brian Cochrane a really nice chance. Couple center guards up.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's real good. Line's real good. Whoa, looks heavy. Looks heavy.
Key to this is just keeping it in front of the tee line.
Yep. Atta boy, Morgan.
Nice shot. Team Hutchinson will switch gears now. Go on the defensive. He's in a bit of trouble.
Let's try and tap that back here.
And he just made a liar of me.
Okay.
As soon as you think you have it figured out.
I was okay with the first call.
No, I had you there before, Glass. Couple feet. Actually, we can sweep it, same weight. Looks quite a bit heavier. Looks a lot heavier.
The trouble with this shot
Looks a lot
is
heavier.
your scoring area is shrinking. And this is not well, it's trying to come over, but
behind, okay.
so he moves it around. Probably just a little extra weight on that.
I like to double these off.
So just a few minutes ago, Laurie, we were talking about when these some of these front runners might come up against each other. I was just looking ahead in the draw, and tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, the team Cochrane will be facing Team Ryla. So those are two of your front runners.
Excellent. So Team Cochrane going on the offensive here, recognizing they're in a good situation. Try to loop another one around. Really put the pressure on Team Hutchinson.
Hurry! Hurry!
So Brian had
Whoa.
the whistle going,
Whoa.
the broom going, and he's
Whoa! Whoa!
even saying hurry.
6, fuck it,
Yes.
fucking past the tee line. Come on, guys, that's heavy. Okay.
I think it worked out okay. Looks like it's right on the tee line.
T-line, yeah. And it's buried.
That. Deal.
See, now he's going to go on the defensive. I liked the run back on the last one. Now he's really in some trouble here. So big
Whoa.
shot here for Daryl Shane.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I think it needs to come up a bit.
Oh, he was so
Okay.
close to getting rid of a couple of those. He did manage to sit underneath the guard, but I think that still leaves Brian Cochrane sitting 3. They'll put a guard up probably.
So they're going to have a little mini conference here at center ice. Just listening in on what their possibilities are. So I think they're trying to protect that rock that he just put there. So it looks like if they got to make a play, if Hutchinson got to make a play on it, it might make contact even with that back yellow.
Yeah, he's definitely throwing a tight guard here. I think the sweepers think this one's a little bit warm.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
If he could freeze right to the face.
And he does.
Yeah.
I still think 3 of these might go.
Well, Daryl can throw it hard. He really needs to try to remove a couple and ideally get the roll under.
I think the back 3 yellows will go.
See if I can get a time on his hog to hog here.
I think there's going to be some pace on this.
Yes, let's see.
Yep. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Right on the roll.
Great shot.
Good shot.
So who said seniors can't throw it hard? He threw a 7.7 second shot on
There you
that. No hack weight doubles here for Daryl Shane.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And he froze to the face of that. It's a really good shot.
It was an excellent shot.
Fucking give up 4 or 5 here,
Now, he did remove 2 of those, and it looks like yellow might be first and third.
If you have to, eh?
Hard to say.
Yeah, depending on if they make contact on the red
still could be fucked
stone,
up.
if it could come back
You
and
might
take
jam
out
that
both
too
of
if you
those
get
yellows.
that.
I think that's what
You
Brian
could.
Cochrane's concern is. So I think he's going to remove one of those outside reds just to make sure he didn't give up a big end.
If I played the topper, I could give up 5.
I like this.
Is Cochrane
board
sitting
plus.
shot rock?
Yes. But it's frozen to that red one.
He didn't entertain the idea of a guard at all here.
No, and he didn't even entertain even coming in again.
Well, that could set up something.
Yep,
So I can.
Yep. Oh, fuck.
Oh. He did not like that throw. Oh boy. It's a bit of an uncharacteristic miss for Brian Cochrane, I would say.
He's looking for answers by looking up to the ceiling.
Giving you in about here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit
I
concerned.
think normal with there, right?
And his fears are about to be realized here because they could be sitting 4 after this. If they're frozen and he gets the right drag on this, those 2 yellows are gone.
Yep.
Yeah. Brian Cochrane clearly frustrated with himself. So great opportunity for Al Hutchinson. Make a play on that situation. Hopefully get a bit lucky. Pick off that back one as well on the way by.
Mm-hmm. I think they're frozen and they think it'll
Drag down.
It'll drag onto it.
Hard! Hard!
Makes it with ease. What a beauty.
Wow. Great shot. So now Brian has to regroup.
Yes.
Sorry, man.
He's going to probably try to eliminate 2 of these reds and give up 3 at the worst.
Doesn't have a really easy double though. Maybe we can listen in on their discussion.
Sure.
I think that's the shot. You sure? I don't mind this. I know. Fuck. Faking it. A little less. Rather draw here or hit and roll?
Comfortable with?
Oh, I'm
What's your
comfortable
gut?
with both, but I'm just. My gut is to hit and roll here just because of points, but
So he's talking about hitting or drawing.
What are we looking
I
at?
think he can accomplish the same thing here with a hit and roll.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly disappointed with his first throw, but what he has to keep in perspective here is he is sporting a 2-point lead. So if he can make a decent shot here, all will not be lost.
Whoa!
He needs this to curl.
He does. They're trying for the double. They're recognizing it wasn't going to curl enough.
Yeah, I think he was just wide all day on that.
Thinking like hack or board.
So Hutchinson
Board.
has to make a play on it to get his
Yeah.
4.
That's right.
Yeah. Like that ice? Should
Yeah, great chance here.
thinking board.
So the last thing you want to do when you take 3 is give up 4, but here we are. Just makes for a good game for us and our viewers.
A lot of action.
There you go. So last rock here in the 3rd end.
Yep.
expect this to curl.
Hard! Hard! Hard!
Oh my, he's on the guard.
Oh, that's...
But does he get it anyhow?
Down.
Oh,
My goodness.
missed opportunity there.
But it's still a great
Sorry, guys.
3. Or did he just get to?
Wondered about that. They would, like my draw there finished like that.
I think it was 3, but I don't.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, like your draw, I thought you just turned it a wee bit. That's why
I
it
think
really
you're
went.
right, Barb.
On which draw?
Pete's
Yeah,
corner.
missed opportunity for the 4, but 3's good.
3's awesome.
They'll take it. So after the third end, that will put Team Hutchinson up 4-3 over Team Cochrane. Team Cochrane will have the hammer playing the fourth end.
So I guess Ian's going to come down and have a little chat with Brian because Brian's clearly, upset and
A little agitated.
yeah,
This is the job for the third.
that's right. To get the
Sometimes-
skip back on track.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they only got 2, Lori.
That's what I wondered, Barb.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was a big miss then. He took out one of his own.
yeah.
Christ.
So we'll say that again now. The score is tied after 3. 3-3. Team Cochrane will have the hammer. So Pete Irwin, who's now throwing lead rocks, in 1998 was at a provincial tankard.
Just up on center, just up on center.
And
It's gonna
2004 was at the provincial tankard, and then in 2016 was at the provincial
I was
seniors
worried about that
with
you
Daryl
know.
Shane.
running there because it goes hard enough coming in.
Yeah, you let it go. I was happy with it, right? Because we don't know the ice, but
Well, Ken Sullivan has a
Yeah,
nice
we
list
could
of
get thrown, it just
achievements.
you know,
He
hindsight,
was
yeah.
at provincial men's with Brian Cochrane in '85.
I wouldn't think any different of myself.
In the senior,
Yeah.
since he's been playing a
And
senior,
usually
he's
my
7 out of
outs
the 8
don't,
last
like,
years.
in that spot,
He's been
they-
at
they
senior
run a bit.
provincials, and he has 2 championships
Gee, I don't
under
know.
his belt.
Weekend here,
At nationals
you
with
there,
Howard Ryla,
not this weekend,
and they went to
more-
they won the Canadian seniors in 2016, and they went to the Worlds.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
And they silvered at the World.
I've never heard silvered used as an adjective.
Yeah.
Silvered.
Silvered. And of course, that that way that they play the senior worlds aren't until the next season. So they would have won it at this time of year, and not. Sorry, the Canadians are later on.
Yep,
March or April.
Okay, right
And
now.
then they have to
right,
wait
just
till the
away.
following year to go
Line's
to the
good.
Worlds.
So Barb, as a
Line's
senior
really good.
yourself, what do you feel about that system? How do you like it?
I don't like it at all, to be honest, because it's a long time between events. So it forces the team to stay together, that's one thing. But it's a long time for them to wait to go and defend their Canadian championship title.
Yeah, I'm curious what the logic is for that. I know they used to do that a long time ago with the juniors, and I think the thought was to help them
Yeah,
develop
maybe.
their skills for an extra year before they go to a world championship. But then they got rid of that
Yeah.
system. So I'm awfully surprised at the senior level that they have implemented that system. I mean, with anybody, a lot can happen in a year.
Exactly.
So great draw around by Pete Irwin, and Cochrane's going to try to just freeze to this one. Didn't quite get the line.
The weight was perfect.
Yes.
Right in the crotch, bummer.
Gives super spare Brad Cobean a chance to put one right in the pocket. I don't have a lot of info on Brad, but I do know his brother won the Ontario Masters with Al. So his brother is Gary.
Looks a little heavy.
So it sounds like they're going to have to find a spare for that event as well.
Yes. Wonder if this guy's available. Oh, he's probably not
Yeah, we
60.
gotta get to the yellow
They called
yet.
him a
No,
young,
we're not
a
even
young
there
senior
yet.
today.
Yeah, I don't
Not
think
even
he's
quite there
master's
yet.
age.
Just before we
Whoa,
leave
whoa,
Ken
whoa,
Sullivan's
whoa, whoa,
accomplishments
yeah,
here,
yeah,
his
yeah.
proudest moment, and I know you felt this, Lori, was wearing
Right.
the maple leaf. Oh no, actually, sorry, you went to Canadians. Yeah. So
Yeah, don't rub it in, Barb.
Sorry. Sorry, his proudest moment was wearing the maple leaf in Lethbridge at the
Absolutely.
Worlds. Yeah.
Fantastic. It's always been my goal. So a bit of a missed opportunity there by Brad. This gives Brian's team an excellent chance to get out of trouble.
Now they're going to have to go hard on this one to get it by that guard.
Lean on it, Ken. Fucking Jesus. Fuck. Jesus Christ, fucking mighty. Come on.
So at the fourth end break, I'm going to go get my bar of soap.
Make a fucking shot. One fucking shot.
So the list of accomplishments for Morgan are at the mixed level. In 1996, they won provincial mixed. They went to in 1997 national mixed with Jim Hunker, and he participated in those events with his wife, and they're very good friends with Jim Hunker and his wife. So a very fun event, he says.
Little heavy again. Just can't quite capitalize when one team makes a miss, the other team is sort of following up with a miss. That was a really great opportunity to put some pressure on.
Whoa, whoa.
Gonna call for a little powwow.
Yeah. I think Brian is upset, and I think he needs to maybe catch his breath. I think Morgan's doing the best he can. He's not missing on purpose, for sure.
I don't know what to call him right now. I don't know what to call for him right now.
I like the call. I like the call. Give him the same ice. Throw back 8. He's going to get it to the room. As long as he doesn't get 2 feet from the
Because we could hit that and roll there, but then that takes a little more precision.
Oh, I like the call.
Okay. I know.
So I think, Morgan needs to catch his breath, too, and try and make a shot here and help out his team.
Yeah, it's a pretty difficult situation here as a thrower. You can see that your skip's not pleased with you and really puts more pressure on the thrower.
This looks pretty good.
Needs to curl.
Like, that is a fantastic shot.
Hopefully that'll calm everybody down.
Huh?
Line's good.
So Daryl didn't give me any of
Yep.
his achievements on
Yep.
his
Yep.
worksheet.
Yeah, right up. Hard. Hard. Yep.
He'd love to freeze one
Right
right
to it.
to the face here
Right to it.
to try to force.
It's really
Right to it.
curling.
Yep, try and bounce it. Oh. Wow.
My goodness, look at those 4 rocks sitting on the button.
Yeah, pretty nice weight, just over curled.
Well, there might be a little tap opportunity here.
Not bad. I guess so.
Tap back the backing, Make some room for the next shot.
I think for now he's just going to try to freeze another one in there.
So Ian McCauley's achievements, similar to Ken Sullivan's, World Senior Silver Medal 2017.
No bump. No bump.
Canadian Senior Champion 2016.
No.
Ontario Men's Champion in 2003. So his proudest moment was winning that Ontario Championship in 2003.
Absolutely.
He's an ice maker.
Oh.
And so he says he's made ice all over the world as far as Bulgaria.
What do you like?
That's amazing.
He actually is the ice maker at our club, the Rideau Curling Club.
It wouldn't be bad.
I know.
We don't want to do something with that. No, we don't want to open that up.
Yeah, the only way to get rid of that was hit this
Yeah.
on the outside.
So
Well,
we're
we
in the
try and
fourth
come
end
in
here,
here.
and just
Something like
looking
that
at their
that we can run
time.
in.
It looks like
he's
the
gonna
Hutchinson
tap.
team have used significantly more time than the Cochrane team.
Maybe.
And his teammates were indicating for him
Yeah.
to get down to the other end.
About the same
Because
shot.
it's still his turn to throw.
Yep.
So they've used. Well, actually, sorry, it's the opposite. It's the Cochrane team that have used 2 more minutes.
Whoop. Rim. Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
Daryl trying to
Hard.
freeze another one down
Yep.
in here.
Yep. 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 Right up.
This one's
Yep,
really
yep,
curling
yep,
too.
yep.
This is
Yep, right
looking
into
really
it.
good, though.
Right into it. Okay. Good one.
Nice shot. They've got that. They've got that yellow one surrounded. That's for sure.
They've got that button surrounded.
Sure we do. Touch that 3. Or touch that 3.
Right on the nose.
I'm not sure he has much here, Laurie.
Same way I did.
These red ones are glued in
I
there.
don't mind come right there.
Yeah, they just need to worry about that run back on the red for Team
Yeah.
Hutchinson.
Yeah, he's got that, I know. He goes sideways. Right now he does it.
I think they see it.
That's the line 3.
Oh, 4. Yeah. See, and that doesn't put us in there anymore.
He really doesn't have any chance to sit 2 here, so I think he just needs to figure out
Hey,
how to not get into any more trouble.
I'm out.
So we'll have a listen in here and see what the team thinks of this situation.
Over here with Hack. On the nose.
No, it's not. This,
We're in trouble.
We're in trouble because this goes.
What's a little nose do? Well, that's what I'm thinking. You know, touch that back to there, but he's got this here.
He's got that.
This one
Yeah.
here then protects this one. But then ours is here, but we don't want to move this.
No, but he's got this one over here to go. He's got a sideways.
But you know what? If we hit this hard enough, that moves it out a little further. We wouldn't have that. But he'll have this here though.
Just like it goes click.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Just with like back line maybe.
yeah. I think
You
anyway.
gotta get to the nose. We gotta get to the nose.
Right?
Yes, you can.
Why not? Yeah. That's what you're gonna do, eh?
Back line.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I like this icing.
So it looks like they've decided to play just a soft takeout weight here, maybe backline to hack, and come off of their own yellow and promote their other yellow into that side red. I just want to change the angles here so that their rock on the button doesn't get squirted out of there somehow.
Mm-hmm.
If Ian wrecks on the front, Brian's going to lose his mind.
Everybody grab their bowl of popcorn. We're in for a show here.
Hurry, guys. Hurry, gotta hurry. Lean on it.
Well, that actually secures that yellow one.
Yeah, that fella's
A
not
little
going
better.
anywhere.
And now they have another one in the top.
We hurt ourselves by trying to run that in.
Okay, we're going to listen in and see how they're going to defend against this.
Is it worth trying that?
Hey?
Is it worth trying that?
Well, the problem is you can't. This is probably just going to stick on there, eh?
Probably that. If you move this one, then we're screwed because he can hammer something through, right?
Is there anything we can do here? Like right there, and then try and run it in the next time. Why don't we play something like right here?
All right, I like that.
And try and run it in our next one. They come away out here.
One thing we can't do any harm, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like they might be drawing one in here, Lori.
They're just doing a setup shot, Barb. Something that they could potentially run into the
Want to
situation.
park it a bit in the open? Maybe we can run it in.
There you go. You were just about to say that, weren't you?
I think I just did say that.
Yep, just in the 8 foot. Hopefully in the open.
Look at the amount of ice he has to take here.
Rotation on it.
It's funny that he's still talking about rotation, and when I listened in on the men's meeting and before this event even started, the organizer warned them that the rocks had been textured and that they had better be good with their rotation. These guys are learning the hard way.
Gotta get her by that other red.
That's going to like over curl on him. He wanted to be in the open. He would have had to go on the next sheet to keep that in the open.
I think you're right.
Just over curling. Yeah.
This might be a whole lot of rocks in there for a score of 1.
It's been some unbelievable shots, and the end is still like time is marching on in this end.
Yeah, all the other games look like they're into the 5th end.
So we're going to listen in here.
Peel the guard's not bad, is it? Is it not bad?
Peel it into that.
Eh?
Could peel it into that too.
And then I don't want to take that away.
I'll
Then.
take that away.
I could do that shot right now.
Okay, so they're still having a long, hard look at this, and I've heard them mention that they maybe perhaps are going to peel the guard.
Well, he does have some favorable angles on the left side as we see it.
Does that
Actually, looking at that rock that Hutchinson just put there.
Well, he's just seeing what he had on that side, I think.
Yeah. So what have they settled on?
Boys, I just got threatened to get kicked out of the competition. Just a little chip that in.
So it looks like they're going to chip the one that's biting the button in under to sit 2. So he needs just to hit it pretty thin. Just feather it over. I
Right.
think that's what he's going after. Very precise little shot. Brian just making mention of being reprimanded by the official.
Yeah, there is a sportsman-like code of conduct here that they're all expected to abide by. And the official indicated that Brian had banged his broom rather strongly. And that they didn't want to see any more of that kind of behavior. So Brian apologized, and he got the message.
Just throw the guard.
What if you,
Throw the guard.
The one you put there, what if you hit everything you could see?
Okay, let's see what they're going to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
That might have some action.
Hey, he hammers that. A bunch of these are gone. He might get 3, so I just got to throw the guard up there. All right.
I really like the guard in
Think
this
like a way out here.
situation. I mean, you don't want to leave Brian the same feather.
Yeah, I know, but if I plug the hole, try and plug the hole.
We're listening.
Okay, so they've decided to
if he
guard
hit-
the
if he- if he
situation.
could
And
hammer that
Brian
top yellow, he
could
might
just
even
play
get
the
3.
exact same shot and feather that one in for 2. So they're just going to take that one away.
So maybe we should take a look at their time clocks here. Reminds me of the game we had on previous to this, where they had this huge end, where they were looking at protecting one for about 5 minutes. So red are down to, or still have over 13 minutes, but they still have half a game to play.
Just over.
Yellow are
Just
down
over.
to 11 minutes.
Ooh,
Just over.
It's going to be tight.
Yep, hard. Hard.
Working hard to get this over.
Hard.
Nice sweeping by the front end.
Almost babied that too much.
Okay, this will be fun. He's going to try to hammer this into the whole pile. They are definitely rushing now. Didn't take any time with that throw.
Ian's almost lying on the ice. Wow.
Oh.
It's only for one, though.
Only for one, though. Oh, goodness. Valiant effort. With all those rocks in play, it's hard to believe there was only a score of 1. So Brian Cochrane is up 4-3 after 4 ends of play. Maybe the boys need a little picnic lunch if they're feeling a little hangry.
It's not clear whether we're going to take a break or not. Okay, it looks like the official is recommending a break. So we're going to take a break too. We'll be back. Okay, folks, we're back here after the fourth end break in our feature game between Team Cochrane and Team Hutchinson. Score is 4-3 in favor of Team Cochrane. And Lori Eddy and I are bringing this commentating to you live from Hamilton, Ontario.
So, Barb, that was a pretty dramatic first 4 ends.
I think that Team Cochrane are in serious time trouble here. They have 11 minutes to play 4 ends, 11 minutes of thinking time.
So we'll see some speed curling here.
They do not want to get involved in another messy end like that.
Now, if I were Team Hutchinson, I would try to put as many rocks into play as possible to really eat away at that clock.
Yep, right in, it's ugly, yep.
Wow, that really curled, and it came up short. I think he wanted that in the rings.
Corner guard is not what you want to throw as a lead.
Hey, Pete.
He's going to try and make use of his own corner here by going around it. They're going to need some finish here.
It should go a little bit at the end. Just a little warm.
Oh, I think you're going to get your wish here. I think we're going to get some rocks in play.
Lots of room. Lots of room.
Ian must feel like he's a mediator here going between Brian and the rest of the team.
It's a tough job being a third. Trying to keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That really surprised them how quickly the speed came off of that rock. I think they thought it was all there.
Yeah, and actually Al is just reinforcing what you just said. He thought it had tons, and then it just dug right in.
Hurry, it's over curling again. Whoa. Okay. Right.
So actually that ticked off the guard and ended up better than if he'd gone around it and missed it completely.
Just tap that to here. It's kind of like back 4. Yep, kind of back 4.
So Team Hutchinson just trying to rearrange the situation at the top of the rings. Doesn't want to throw too much weight, so he would like to keep his shooters sitting around.
So with all that excitement, maybe we could update our other games.
Oh, that's a great idea, Barb. I've been just so mesmerized by our sheet and what's been happening. Kind of lost train of thought on the other sheets. So on sheet C,
right over. Okay.
Something we have Team Lewis winning 5-2 over Team Nye. And on sheet D, we have Team LaBelle up 4-1 over Team Armstrong. And, on sheet F, after the big 4-ender in the first end for Team Riella, Team Daniel is trying to creep their way back in. Score is 4-3.
And that was a lovely hit and roll on our sheet by Morgan.
Normal?
Ian still hasn't posted that score. He's too busy.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
So they were hoping for the double and roll here.
We're gonna get I think we're doubling ours.
He's taking his own out when he comes off of this yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate. The only good news is that they did stick the shooter behind the corner guard. But it does leave Team Cochrane still laying 1 and 2.
So they're going to put a guard up here and try and force the Hutchinson team to waste a few rocks here, clearing the front.
Think Hack will do it? Skinny.
Just didn't quite curl enough.
Try it.
But this is a pretty tough shot.
Okay.
He is going to give it a whirl.
He should be able to get the top one and roll his shooter over and maybe snuggle up to that other yellow one.
Yeah, very precise shot.
We're looking at a hack weight shot here.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Yep, 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 yep.
He's by the front.
Yep, yep.
That's unbelievable. That rock was almost fully buried, and he got to almost to the nose of it. So just an indication of how much curl there is on this sheet.
I think he left the double.
I believe he did. It's such a small port. You see that old tuck delivery from Ian McCauley? He looked like he was born in the West.
So
that
it's
is
really
big
good.
weight.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I made the double.
Sorry.
Laying 3, but there's still some opportunity since they're all behind the tee line for Team Hutchinson.
Wow,
Sorry
that
about
was a bullet.
Feel that pretty nice. Think it's quick right here in the spot, Ian? Yeah. That should be.
So they're going to try and draw down to that little cluster in the back 8. I don't think he has the weight though, Laurie.
I'd like to make Alfro's intern here if I could.
That's a really big miss. He might not get another chance to get in there like that.
Give him that hole.
Yeah, he's not going to like that one.
We're giving him this hole. You think we should leave this hole here for him? Sure. Yeah?
So chance for Team Cochrane to put another rock in the 4-foot here. They've actually struggled with this particular line. They haven't really gotten anything to finish the way they wanted to, although this one looks pretty good.
This is a really nice shot.
That just squeaked by that guard.
Yeah, it's perfect. Great throw by Brian Cochran. Team Hutchinson in some trouble.
Probably this way. Yeah.
Lots of room through the hole.
So a sea of yellow here is what Hutchinson is looking at.
Jeez, I don't think I can. I think I got to come into here.
Okay, we're going to have a listen here and see what they're.
Get to it. Okay. And maybe a few feet in.
So it looks at Laurie like he's going to try and go through that tiny port.
Yeah.
And I say that only because the amount of curl in this spot, it's going to make that port look minuscule.
Yeah, high degree of difficulty on this shot.
And you know, even if he makes it through, he might over curl. Might come out the other side. This is tough.
Bring to the 4. Hard. Touch the 4. Touch the 4.
Would love to be shot rock here. I think you're right, Barb. He did over curl.
It's just so there's so much finish there. It's an impossible spot. Although if Brian takes a run at this, well, he doesn't have to because he's shot on the other
I
side.
think he's just gonna try to plug that up.
I'm wondering if he's not trying to come through himself.
What do you think?
Oops, they've changed the.
Out-turn tap away.
Wow.
Because he just threw it.
No, Ian, sorry.
Oh, he's going. Oh, poor Ian. I'm not really sure what the call is here. Is it a guard? Yeah, he's just guarding that hole. So he's going to leave Hutchinson a very difficult out-turn tap, and he's going to be curling away from the rock that he's trying to tap.
Maybe
Yeah, this is really difficult. That's all he has, though. Guess he may have the tap on the other red. Both of them are very, very difficult.
I'm glad he's making this shot, not me.
Yeah.
And
hopefully it clears that.
And is it against 2, Barb?
I think it's just against 1.
That red and the right, we're going to probably have to sweep it hard.
I think his red is in the top 8, maybe out counting that yellow in the back 8, but it's difficult to tell. So Team Cochrane are down to 9 minutes, and Hutchinson are down to 10 minutes now.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, he's actually going through the hole.
He wants to tap his own.
Yep. Hard.
But he's curling away from it. And he rubs.
Just missed the sweep on it.
So let's see now if it's 1 or 2. It's 2.
I think it's 2.
Yeah. Wow, what a big turn of events.
Yeah, that's a huge steal of 2 points for Team Cochrane. That puts them up 6-3 after 5 ends of play. Team Hutchinson will have the hammer in the 6th end.
I don't want to say that Team Cochrane are struggling, but I think they're struggling. Like, their struggle is emotional at this point. And it's really too bad that Team Hutchinson can't capitalize on that.
Yeah, the missed opportunity for the 4 in the 3rd end, that could come back to haunt them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had them on the rails.
They did, and Brian's going to really want for this rock to be in the rings.
foot. Okay.
So I heard an interesting bit of information about Pete Irwin.
2 minutes.
I heard he's an Elvis impersonator.
Really? Is he any good?
I've heard he is. So we might have to try to get a little sing-song and video it for our TSL website.
You know what? Now that you say that and I look at him, I can just kind of picture him in that mode.
Okay, Pete.
So Ken Sullivan likes to fish and golf. He likes boating. And he would like to say hello to daughters Lindsay, Kirsten, and Taylor, and grandson Nate,
Like I told
and
him,
his
I said,
wife
as soon as it goes
Cheryl.
by that red guard, we're gonna have to sweep it.
Hello, everybody.
I might have drew them. I might have drew around it.
Well, I was
Split
thinking,
it.
Like you could have split.
I could have split them for two. Yeah.
Even though it's buried plus like 6.
Yeah.
So we can see that with a 3-point advantage, Brian wants to keep the play in the rings.
So Pete's proudest moment in curling was the 2004 provincials in hometown Owen Sound.
Yeah, I think we got. It's still way out there. Just here. It's getting better. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're gonna miss it. We're gonna miss it. Yeah, right on it. Right on it. Okay, Pete.
So they're going to play the big weight takeout here. Spill both of these
weight.
rocks and leave their shooter hopefully sitting right there.
Yeah, choosing to ignore peeling out the corner guard.
Well done by Morgan. In Morgan's spare time, he likes weight training, biking, running, and reading.
So the way those rocks are situated at the top now, it's actually, the stagger is beneficial for Team Hutchinson. You can use that as a guard. There'll be no rocks to run in. So I think Al Hutchinson's pretty happy with that. Plus he still has a corner guard.
Mm-hmm.
Lots to work with. So we have super spare Brad Cobean.
Yeah, no line.
His nickname is Bummer.
Wow.
It's a bit of a bummer.
Did you have any hobbies for him, or are you going to make some up?
I'm going to say he likes watching wrestling and playing cards.
There you go.
Okay.
We'll ask him after if any of that is true. Watching wrestling? Where did you get that?
I don't know. So actually pretty good draw around that staggered.
Looks like Brian is asking Morgan to just follow him. Probably not as deep, but have an opportunity here to draw into the 4-foot. It's looking a bit hot.
Oh, he won't be happy if this is heavy.
It looks like it's going to make its way over to the other one and tap it, though.
Everyone now breathes a sigh of relief.
So game on here around these staggered yellows.
So we'll have to find this story out about why his nickname is Bummer.
Yes.
Apparently
Line's
it's
good.
been since he
Watch
was a
around.
kid.
And why he likes wrestling.
He
Watch
might not.
around.
I just made that up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Lots of late finish here, so I think this is looking pretty good.
Okay.
So they're inching their way forward here in the rings. So Ian McCauley, in his spare time, likes swimming, golf, boating, and sunning on PEI beaches.
Beautiful. I love the beaches in PEI. If you haven't been, I highly recommend.
I have not been.
It's wonderful.
Well, maybe we'll have to take a trip out there with our motorhome this summer.
Yes. Little light on that one. Won't be happy with that.
Well, you certainly got the front covered.
This is a very challenging draw to get in around that situation in the front for Daryl Shane, who enjoys curling, golf, and beer.
Oh, yes, he's the beer guy. I just think that's a great hobby.
No line yet. Staying out there.
Yeah, this one looks like it's on the guard.
Oh, no.
It's trying really hard. Just got caught out in that ridge. That weight was perfect.
He's kind of opened up that port again. He's always going to have that little top up, the way those yellows are lined, that red yellow is lined up.
Mm-hmm. So Ian trying to make the adjustment with his weight. Little light on the first one.
Yep. Come on. Go.
That's a beauty.
That is a very, very nice shot. All the finish was in the last 6 feet.
Team Hutchinson in a bit of trouble. The front is very cluttered.
Hey. Yellow's one. Want to call a timeout?
Okay, they're going to use their second timeout.
Did they call that time?
Try and get here.
The clock is still running.
Oh, maybe they didn't. They discussed it.
No. You want to call a timeout?
I don't know what else I'm going to do, unless we came in here, came right on top. But,
Good try.
But then we run that here on that side, it's all fucked up for us.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What if we come here? Well, it's going to be for 2 at the most anyways.
You're
so
really wasting
call a
valuable
timeout.
time here. Now they call a timeout. So we'll listen in on their discussion.
I don't know.
Yeah, but we hit that wrong. This is going out all day.
So far apart, it's almost like you have to hit this side and then go that way.
Yeah. Does that do anything there?
What if we play these 2 doubles? You sit right there, and then that allows you to play.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. What do you want to throw for? Control? Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like they might be playing some kind of a clearing shot here. Originally, they had a brief thought about hitting the red on the outside and trying to drive that yellow one back, but I think it would go all over theirs all day.
Yep, yep, yep. Hard, hard.
That is what they're playing, actually. Wondering how it doesn't hit.
Okay.
Yeah, just over curled.
Now they've made the situation really, really much worse for themselves. Once again, yellow rocks, just a sea of them. And it looks like Cochrane will be throwing a guard here.
This is getting a little heavier. Just right.
Typical 6.
Halfway, yeah.
So an interesting turn of events on sheet F, where Howard Ryla, who had that nice 4-point lead, is now tied with his opposition at 6-6. That's Team Daniel. Have made an amazing comeback. I'm not really sure about the placement of that guard.
Yeah, I think that overcurled from what he wanted. Still, Team Hutchinson in all kinds of trouble.
It looked like a lot of ice for that.
Push it by.
So this is against
Tough
one.
draw,
but
though.
okay, we'll have a listen, see what they're saying.
Try that with like board weight or something. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Something like right there. So your draws weren't curling much. Yeah. If it doesn't curl, we can get that top yellow.
So they're going to try some kind of an angle shot here, Laurie, and try and promote that guard that's sitting on the curl on logo. Try and run that into with board weight into that rock that's sitting at the edge of the button.
Yeah, this is really difficult.
He's not got much else except that intern draw, maybe.
Yeah, that was my first instinct on his first shot. I thought maybe he could save this for the last.
This is his first shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I thought he would play the draw on his first. But if he makes it, it's good. No, just a bit too thin.
Which leaves the Cochrane team a chance to hit and roll here.
Just board plus.
Does leave Team Hutchinson sitting 2 and 3, I believe. So they're going to make a play on this rock.
Whoa! Yep!
Yeah, he does not want to expose his back yellow here. And he has.
Rolls a little bit too far. Oh, wow. That was
that
quite an aggressive spin back.
So there's an opportunity here for Hutchinson to get his 2.
Yeah, a delicate little tap.
Yeah, I thought
It's there.
I thought it was good. It was going to curl there. Right narrow there on you? Fuck.
Not by much. Just slide right up.
I'm wondering if there's such a thing as too much ice on this.
Keep sleeping there. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so too. Fuck me. Sorry.
want to hit this on the outside.
Whoa!
Just send it right back onto your own.
Needs to curl.
Nice.
Oh, what a beauty. What a great shot for 2 by Team Hutchinson.
You know, it
Keeps them in the game.
It looked like he had nothing when he came to throw his first.
Absolutely perfect. So, with that score of 2, Team Cochrane is up 6-5, playing the 7th end. Team Cochrane will have the hammer. We'll give the updates on the other sheets when they're finished the 7th end.
So looking like Team Hutchinson has 5 minutes and 33 seconds of thinking time to play these last 2 ends. And 6 minutes and 57 seconds for Team Cochrane. So I think they're both going to have to be pretty diligent here.
Yeah, there shouldn't be much chatter.
Shot, Pete. We need to be in the hack when they're, as soon as they throw, we need to be in the hack and ready. Yeah.
So I think Al Hutchison heard me, and he is aware that his time is running short.
There's just been a ton of rocks in play every end. Very entertaining here for you and I.
It's very colorful as well.
Really nice draw around there.
Bit of a teaser draw. You're showing them half of it.
Yeah, I think you'll see Team Hutchinson just ignore it. They'd love to throw a longer guard here. Really just over on the center line. This isn't going to be where they want it, so they might have to sweep it around here. The problem when you run tight on time is you tend to have a little extra adrenaline because you know you've got to throw it quickly. And that's what ends up happening is you end up just being a little too positive with your throw. Just trying to get the shot over with. What the players do have to remember is as soon as they cross the back line, I believe, their clock stops. So really they should go through their normal pre-shot routine. It's really just minimizing the chatter. Really
Especially those, you know, those first 4 rocks. Those guys have to be ready to throw and saving all the time you can for the more, you know, the strategy that has to come with the thirds of rocks and the skips rocks.
Yeah, no line.
They're having a little trouble in this spot now, catching the curl.
Get it back here.
It's probably because it's a bit heavy.
Yep.
starting to swoop in now.
Yep. Okay, Bummer.
Okay, Bummer.
He sort of made it sound like it was more like bomber, but I was told bummer, so I hope I'm not mispronouncing it.
You know what? I actually heard him say bummer earlier in the game, and I kind of did a double take.
Can't wait to get the story. So Team Cochrane trying to hit and sit 3 here.
Oh,
he is all over the guard.
I kind of gave up on that. I thought. But he has the hammer. He probably wants the center open anyhow.
He won't be unhappy with that shot.
2 nice corners.
And the yellows are starting to accumulate.
So Morgan is the new
looks
player
good
on this
heavy.
Cochrane team.
Okay.
He replaced Doug Johnson, who
Yeah, we
who
just
for the
wanted
past
here,
few
though.
years has been playing with
Coming down.
Brian
Coming
Cochrane and
down.
went
Stay
to
close.
the
Yep.
the nationals
Yep.
and the
Yep.
worlds
Freeze
with
it.
him. So
Freeze it. Yep.
Doug is
Yep.
recovering from a motorcycle accident,
Yep.
Oh.
but apparently he's doing very, very well and threw rocks last week, and so we wish you all the best, Doug.
Just a bit more weight.
Hope you're listening.
Back in here. Just a touch more weight. Just a little bit.
So that rock overcurled a little bit, gives Brian Cochrane a chance to make a play on this rock.
That is just running right down the line there.
It is.
Taking a little curl now. It's
Gotta
going
go
to
hard.
make contact.
Hard.
Won't remove it, but does get it off the forefoot. Problem is, there is the stagger up front, so Team Hutchinson could try to come around that.
It looks like it's lined up to go directly onto that back red one if
Yes,
anybody
you
ever
might be
touches
right.
it.
Very good spot. That's lined up all day.
Yeah, they agree with you.
How about here?
So good for them. He was ready and set in the hack and didn't hardly use any time on the clock there.
Ooh. Watch the room. Yep. 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 Hard. Hard. Hard.
They are getting just a ton of finish in this spot. Great sweeping.
Boy.
Shot.
Really nice by Daryl Shane. Pretty buried too.
Mm-hmm. So he's asking Ian to come down and corner freeze on that. They could also have played the short run back.
I think he wants to get one
All
in
right.
there since Team Hutchinson's laying 2.
All right.
This one might be all over the
All
front.
right. Hurry hard. Bounce it off. Bounce it off. Bounce it off.
It looked like his weight was great too.
Yeah, just a lot of finish in that spot. So Team
Yeah, it's probably
Hutchinson's
coming on to that, but
still sitting 2.
normal. Yep, might drag. Okay.
So changing some tactics here, making a play on that front. You certainly don't want to make the opposition's shot for them.
Whoa, whoa,
Uh-oh,
whoa,
not loving it.
whoa.
They could call for the pick the back.
Oh my.
Well,
It actually worked out
you
pretty
know
good.
what? I'm
Now
not
he's sitting
sure.
3.
I'm not sure what he was calling, but that worked out.
Can we hit that? Roll in here.
So all of our games are completed their 7th end now.
That's pretty firm, eh?
Yeah, let's do some updates. On sheet C, Team Lewis is up 5-4 over Team Nye. Team Lewis has the hammer. And on sheet D, Team LaBelle is up 6-2, coming home over Team Armstrong. And on sheet F, tie game coming home between Team Raella and Team Daniel.
Now they haven't posted the 7th, but Team Raella threw, so I'm not sure how many they got.
We'll keep an eye. Okay, big weight coming down here.
Okay.
Team Hutchinson still sitting 3.
How's the speed down here, Ken? Down the center.
Which one? Where?
No, out turn.
Out turn down there, likely about an 8. So like mid-8 to freeze.
So throwing a top 12 shot to guard the one in the 4-foot.
Perfect. Back, eh?
I'm hoping I'm going to make one. Thinking about it.
You know the line.
Looks like Rich is going to post the score now on sheet F.
I don't think this one needs it for weight. He's slid out pretty hard. This is definitely further than what they wanted. Again, that's just the time clock issue.
Look at that. He is really set up a possible triple here.
Definitely lets Team Cochrane off the hook.
No,
He's not happy with that.
but I want to be shot, right?
He still has 4 minutes, though. I think he's kind of got
do you
himself
think?
back on track because that's
Well, my first thought was
pretty much what
hit
you're
it
allowed
hard,
can
roll
allow
here.
for.
But
Yeah.
Just updating that game on sheet F, it looks like Howard Rylas took a big 2 points in the 7th and is coming home
that's,
home
if
up
I do
to
that, that's still going to be
without.
shot, though.
How cocky are you?
Not very.
Let's just get to the inside nose, Brian.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think their concern is
I
if
think
they do make a
the
play
forward
on the
plus-
double, if it goes back on that other yellow,
Do you think that middle one might?
the top one.
Just board.
Yeah.
I think just board.
Does it possibly double
Yeah.
jam and get both of the yellows out?
Okay.
Wouldn't that be something?
You think just here? What's that mean? This is a little stickier here in this spot.
No, judging by the amount of ice he's taking, I don't think he's playing any kind of a clearing shot.
Back line. Back line. Yep.
Oh, this is going to curl.
I think he's fine by the guard. Oh.
Oh my goodness. But it over curled on him.
It did. So what's the situation? Who's sitting second rock?
Looks like, ooh.
Do you think it's yellow?
I'd say maybe red or sitting 1 and then yellow is second.
Right in there. Yeah.
Just go right on top of that, just like your last shot?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Freeze right in there.
So basically, Al would just like to replicate that shot he just did.
And force Brian to a single here. Make a draw for a single.
Yeah, against 2. I think he's a bit warm again by the way this is running. There it goes. Oh.
So he's
I
managed
thought I had the
to
same amount or even a
protect
slightly
it.
bit more in that one.
forcing Brian to throw the draw against 1 by the looks of it. He wants to make this, though. He wants to come home 2 without the hammer, and not tied with, I would suspect.
Yeah, big draw here for 1.
I wonder if we're going to get a couple feet quicker here.
Probably.
That's all. No big deal, just a little.
Al would have loved to have sunk another one in there to make him face 2. But luckily his rock did guard.
So they're just getting on a, working it now. They need 4 foot. You need full 4, actually. Kind of watched it for a bit. It was
Yeah.
a bit dangerous.
Nice shot.
Very nice. Right to the lid.
So that puts Team Cochrane up 7-5 coming home, with Team Hutchinson with the hammer.
Thanks, Al.
You know, I never got a chance to mention in Brian's summary, so in his interesting facts, he tells us that he played in 17 men's provincials
Wow.
in Ontario and 8 senior provincials. So I think he just plays in the provincials every year.
Lot of badges.
A lot of badges. Which I fondly call coasters. Looks like we have our first final on sheet D.
So Team LaBelle
Yep.
ran
yep.
Team Armstrong out of rocks. So they'll grab
Whoa,
their
whoa.
first win.
Real nice,
That
Ken.
puts Team LaBelle at 1-2, and Armstrong also at 1-2.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Pretty good, eh? Pretty good.
Elvis just about fell.
Hey,
We have seen just about everything on this sheet. Oh, everybody's holding their breath.
you know.
Yeah, too bad that does slip in the rings. So gives Team Cochrane a chance to remove it. He won't be happy with that. Pretty much now Brian Cochrane's team can peel away.
Now this is a spot. If he got out to the broom, it runs pretty straight here.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Team Hutchinson has to hope for a nose hit.
You got
He
it.
gets it.
Jesus
Now, I don't want to forget, because I didn't mention that Al Hutchinson is the skip that won the Ontario Masters Championship and will be attending the Canadian Masters being held at the Cloverdale Curling Club in Surrey, BC. No. Yes?
Yeah, the Masters, yeah.
Okay.
Because Dale Curtis, the ladies representative, is also in this event.
Right. So that's on April the 1st, and they'll be taking some applications for a substitution.
A second, yeah.
So you can email Al Hutchinson
Al's going to kill you, Lori.
if you would like to go to the Masters Championship with him. So Team Cochrane looking at the double peel. Oh, just misses it. Really
Good
great
catch, Al.
attempt.
I should have done that. Sorry about that.
It's a bit heavy, eh? Okay, bomber.
Just on the nose? Well, I mean here. I ain't this good. I don't like that.
So they don't want to take a lot of time here.
Just throw it good, Morgan, right here.
Down to 2 minutes and 23 seconds.
They have 1 or 2 timeouts left, this team.
That is a good question.
1 for sure.
Shooter, Ian, shooter.
Very
That's
nice.
a really nice peel. That was a tricky one to maneuver through.
What do you like? That?
Well, they could go around that corner.
Okay.
Now we have another final over on sheet C. Looking like Brian Lewis has a couple of counters in the rings, so I'm assuming he picked up a couple in that 8th end.
Yes, so Brian, that puts Team Lewis at 3-0, and Team Nye at 0-3.
It's a little bit higher, a little bit higher.
Just glancing over on sheet
Yep.
F, Team Riella
Yep.
in a little bit of trouble here.
Right.
Oh my goodness. There's a shot for the win here.
He was up 2 coming home, and it looks like there's a shot for 4 for Team Daniel. So I'm not sure what went wrong in that end.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say there were some misses.
Playing a double peel here.
There we go. Oh my.
Or just get rid of everything.
Pretty good.
The opportunity for 2 is still alive, but
there
it's
again.
looking
Yeah.
weaker.
Yeah, definitely still need to get a guard in play. Hope for a nose hit. So that'll be the ball game over on sheet F with Team Daniel down 4-0 at one point, coming back with a big, looks like at least a 3, maybe a 4-ender to win the game over Team Riella.
Sweet
That
girl.
puts Team Daniel at 1-2 and Team Riella at 2-1.
So in our game, Ian McCauley's throwing his last rock here, and he's going to peel off this guard that Team Hutchison just placed there.
Attaboy. Nice throw.
Yeah. With that rock being behind the tee, it's a good opportunity to freeze one right in on top of it.
Up here.
Or maybe just throw another guard.
Okay.
They still have 3 rocks to come.
Needing 2 to tie, it's going to have to make a move soon.
This is the patient call.
They're looking for a skip's deuce.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Skating. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep, freeze it then. Yep.
They're
Yep.
just going to change the mind
Yep.
here.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Caught in between.
I don't know. It's staying out, and then just goes. It's pretty, yeah, the ice is pretty flat.
That's the first we've heard mention of the ice flattening out toward the end of the game.
Yeah, he's just going to want to hit this and roll out.
Yep.
Or roll to the 4-foot.
No, I just had to sweep another inch there. We had one timeout left, I think. Did we have one timeout left? I think so, yeah.
It's funny that they say that he's mentioning the dish. To me, if it's dished, it only really curls hard one way. I find this sheet curls hard both ways with both turns. So
Threw that one pretty good, eh? That was one of my best out turns for a long time. Just practice throwing that.
So this is a really precise freeze.
It's almost picking up in the corners.
Pretty much needs to be shot.
That's why we're getting fucked up here in the 8 foot here and the edge of the 4.
Very difficult.
looks pretty good if it has the weight. Oh, they might have overcooked that a little bit with their sweeping.
Yeah, sitting second shot, so with the separation between those, it's a pretty makeable peel out for the win for Brian Cochrane's team.
Would have come right up to.
Yeah, would have been perfect line.
Yeah.
Did he indicate that he's throwing the out turn here with that ice?
He must be throwing some heat on this one. So could be handshakes after this throw. Go ahead. That's
Little
some trouble
wobbler.
with the landing gear on that one.
He's got it.
So that will end the game. Team Cochrane will run Team Hutchinson
Thanks
out
again.
of rocks
Thanks
in
again.
the 8th end. That was very entertaining.
Very.
I think our
Thanks, Brian.
listeners and
Away.
viewers probably enjoyed that as well. Lots of drama.
So that concludes our coverage for this afternoon's game. Please join us again tomorrow at 1 p.m. for Draw 4 in the men's event, where we'll be featuring Team Armstrong from the Sarnia Golf and Country Club against Team Lewis from the Rideau Curling Club. On behalf of Laurie and myself and our entire TSL crew, thank you for joining us this afternoon.